What's going on, everybody? Man, oh man. What a day, huh? So, here's what we're going to do today. We got a lot to get to in this episode because you know what? Frick dis. We got a lot to talk about. So, first we're going to start with, am I the jerk? Judge Colby's back in session. I'm wearing a freaking collared shirt for this. Okay? I got dress pants on. I'm like that judge right now. Okay? So, we're going to go through this first. I wanted to touch on a few things today, so I thought let's just do it. Okay? Now, first we're going to start with, am I a jerk? Because you guys requested this. Then we're going to move on to the text that we did not get to read from Kouri Richins' trial. And then we're going to do a Q&A at the end. So we got about 3 different parts of our show today. This is why I created the people's perspective, is so we could touch on different things without being locked into one thing. All right? So let's get to it. I found this one right off the bat. This is from 4 days ago. I do not have my lint roller because it was thrown into a bath by my son. I have this light. Wow, why does it look so translucent? It's not. It doesn't look like that. But it's got some red lights going on. So I'm going to be banging this thing today. That sounded freaking weird. This is off to a rough start. This is off to a rough start. Anyway, if you have questions, save them for the end so we can do the Q&A. We're going to go through, am I a jerk today? So, am I the jerk for suing my cousin after he knocked my phone into the pool as a joke? I, 25-year-old female, recently upgraded my phone to the latest iPhone Pro model. After taxes and Apple Care, it was about $1,300. Suing is crazy, but he should have just paid for it. I don't know about suing. But here we go. I paid for it myself. I literally had just finished setting it up the week before this happened. A couple months ago, we were at my grandma's birthday party. Everyone was just hanging out in her backyard around the pool. I was standing near one of the patio tables, texting and taking photos of everyone. My cousin, 25-year-old male, had been big on physical humor and pranks. He loves being the center of attention. I've never found him funny, especially when the joke involves a person embarrassing someone else. Okay, fair enough. My cousin, 25-year-old, oh, I did that. At one point, he came up behind me and started teasing me about being glued to my phone. I rolled my eyes and told him to knock it off. He kept hovering around me, pretending like he was going to grab it. I told him very clearly to stop. Okay. Instead, he slapped the phone out of my hand. It bounced onto the concrete and slid straight into the pool. We fished it out immediately, but it was dead, completely unresponsive. Apple said there was water damage and it was unrepairable. When I confronted him, he laughed at first and said he didn't think it'd actually go in. Then he realized I was serious and about him paying for it, his attitude changed. He said it was an accident and I shouldn't have to be on standing so close to the pool. Okay, it's your fault, bro. You literally knocked it into the pool out of her hand. That wouldn't have happened had you not slapped her phone. I told him it was about $1,300 to replace it and I expect him to cover it. He refused. My family immediately took his side, saying I make more money than he does, and he has a girlfriend and a baby to support. They said I was being petty over a mistake. Okay, he didn't mean to slap it in the pool, but dog, you slapped her phone, so it's your fault. You should be wanting to do something for it. What really bothered me is that it wasn't even no money. It just told him to stop. He chose to ignore that, and instead of apologizing sincerely and offering to work something out, exactly, he acted like I was overreacting. After weeks of him refusing to pay for anything, I took him to small claims court. I won. He still dragged his feet on paying, so I filed for a wages garnishment. Now 20% of his paycheck goes towards paying me back. Gosh dang. That's crazy. My family says I've gone nuclear, and I've made his life harder over a phone. If he had apologized and offered for a payment plan, would have worked out with him, and he dug his heels in every way to stop. That is wild, bro. I've never heard of anything like that. It's his fault that your phone got ruined, and he should have offered to pay for it. That's just my honest opinion. If the court thing is, obviously, I get it. You want your phone fixed, and you shouldn't have to pay for something that wasn't your fault, and it was his fault. But yeah, I mean, it's his fault, right? The whole thing is his fault. I can't say, I don't know what I would do. I'd be pretty pissed off if someone told me, no, I'm not going to help you or not pay for it. Yeah, you'd have to work something out. For me as a man, I would just confront him very clearly, not in an intimidating way, but very clearly, and say, look, you not need to work something out, or I'm going to take you to court. And I would say it like that. I would just tell him, look, I'm giving you the opportunity to fix this. And the fact that they always have the person supported is always the wrong one. That's crazy. Welcome Carrie to Warriors. Okay, let's go back. I'm going to go ahead and say he's the jerk. Gavel pound. Wow, that doesn't hit the same. What? Am I the jerk for getting mad when a Karen handed my husband a collar and a leash and looked at me saying, if you look like a pet, you are a pet? What the hell are we talking about? For some context, I'm a 25-year-old girl and I am a I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that. Kimoan Mimi. Kinowana Mimi. Kimoana Mimi. Kinowana Mimi. Basically meaning a human with animal features like a tail, animal ears, and so on. My partner is a 26-year-old man. He's about 6 feet tall, and while me being only 5 feet tall, we were just at Walmart when it happened at the time. I was wearing a tail and ears and paws on my hands and feet. When we were getting there to get stuff, we see this Karen of the story. Let's just call her Amy. She was by herself. She had a kid with her. We were just minding our own business when she came over. Her kid asked Amy if I was a dog, and she said, looks like one. Then Amy came over to us and said I looked too much like a pet. We marked it as a joke, thinking nothing too serious. Then when she left her kid, but this is not over, in 10 minutes she came back with a collar and a leash, handed it to my husband, and then leaned towards me and said, if you look like a pet, you are a pet. When my husband said, no, I wouldn't do that, Amy took the collar and the leash and tried forcing the collar on me. Well, that's wrong. I got out of the way when she asked me why she was doing this. She said, if you're going to dress like a pet, you're going to be a pet. I tried again, but luckily there's security there to stop. She tried again, and then luckily there's security to stop it. She was quickly escorted out from the store, and we got what we needed and got out. We've never seen her again. So I asked, am I the jerk for getting mad when a Karen handed my husband a collar and leash and saying, if you look like dog, she tried to put a leash and a collar on you, like, as a human being. You know, we can say whatever we want. But to, like, look, people are entitled to do what they want. It's not your business, and you don't put leashes and collar on someone if they don't want to. So that's as much as I can get. I mean, if you want to dress up like a pet, that's your decision. For her to come out of her way to walk over to you, to spend all this time telling you what you are. Here's a leash. That's weird. Like, that's just unnecessary. So let them live. That was rude on her part, and the fact that she kept circling back and then trying to force it on you. Anybody would be upset. So no. Okay, here we go. This is a long one. Am I the jerk for banning my aunt from my mom's 50th birthday after she called her a charity case? Here we go. I'm a 24-year-old female. I am currently the villain of my extended family, and I need to know if I stepped over the line. My mom, Sarah, is the kindest person I know. She had a rough few years. My dad left shortly after she was diagnosed with MS. She has been struggling to keep her small florist shop afloat while managing her health. She never complains and always tries to keep the peace. Then there's my aunt, Diane, 52. Diane is my mom's older sister, and she has always had a massive superiority complex because her husband is a high-level corporate lawyer. She treats my mom like a project rather than a sister. Then the tension peaked last month when I started planning a surprise 50th birthday party for my mom. I'm paying for the whole thing myself. Okay, so that's pretty... If you're paying for all of it, that changes things. I've been saving for a year because I wanted her to feel celebrated, not like a sick person for once. I invited Diane, assuming she could behave for one night. Big mistake. 2 weeks ago, we had a family brunch. My mom was talking about how she finally managed to fix the refrigerator in the shop herself. Instead of saying, good job, Diane sighed loud enough for the whole table to hear and said, it's honestly pathetic that you're still struggling with that failing shop, Sarah. You're essentially a charity case for the rest of us. If you would let me sell the place and move you into a managed care facility, we wouldn't have to worry about you anymore. Damn, you can't just say that. First of all, you got lunch with everybody. Secondly, how rude is that? She's working. Let her work. It's her job. She's not a charity case. And are you working or not? I don't want to hear it if you're not working. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear anything out of your mouth if you're not doing anything. If you're just making money, and this is no disrespect, but it's not fair because she is working and she's doing something she loves and she owns her business. So shut up. My mom went completely gray. She didn't say anything and just looked down at her plate. I felt my blood boil. I told Diane that was incredibly cruel, that my mom is a business owner, not a burden. Diane just rolled her eyes and told me that I was too young to understand adult logistics. Oh, Diane, catch a fade here. So. The next day, I sent Diane a text. You are no longer invited to the 50th birthday party. I won't have you making my mom feel small on her big day. Now in the family group chat is a war zone. Diane is telling everyone that I am alienating her from her sister and that she was only speaking the truth, the hard truth out of love. My grandma, their mother, called me crying, saying that the family is everything and I shouldn't punish Diane for her personality. No, Diane, I don't care if you have that personality. That was rude. That's not how you handle your business, and that's not what you see. You don't say that in front of everybody. Some people are entitled. It's the word, entitled. Just like the other lady putting the leash on someone else, that's entitlement. Mind your business. If they're not affecting you in any way, shape, or form, it's called mind your business. If someone is at a shop and they're dressed up like Pikachu, it's not your job to go over there and make it your business. Let them live. They're not bothering anybody. Okay? And same situation here. Diane, shut up. Judge is already ruling here. So, it's a war zone. Okay, the worst part, my mom found out. She told me that she appreciates me standing up for her, but maybe thinks that she should just let Diane come to keep the peace. That's always the thing we hear, keep the peace. But I know Diane, and she'll make a toast about how brave my mom is for living in poverty and will ruin the night. I'm standing my ground. I'm starting to wonder if I am the jerk and if this causes a massive rift right before my mom's milestone birthday. No. You're just setting a boundary. And I think we have a hard time with that when it comes to family. We've talked about this before when we read these family situations cause people to feel like they're the jerk because there's that excuse. Oh, it's family, it's family, it's family. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going to invite somebody who's going to ruin something I've saved up for a year to do for my mom, who I know is somebody bad for my mom, right? That would be really, I would be like, no, you're not coming. If you can change your attitude. But the thing is, some people are just loose cannons and entitled. So when they show up, they're going to make it about themselves. So they're going to do it their way. So no, sorry, Diane, you're done. Bang the gavel on you. Diane's a jerk. Some of these are just, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be rude here. Some of these are just not real problems. Some of these are just a little, these are just some things are just too petty. I don't really care for that. What is this? Hold on, we have to read this. Okay, my boyfriend is obsessed with Andrew Tate. Oh my gosh. My boyfriend is secretly obsessed with Andrew Tate. Here's a short version. My boyfriend slowly turned into one of those alpha mindset guys. And he didn't even realize it was happening until I felt like I was living with the podcast. I started small. He started showing me a cat video, and then suddenly there's this loud guy in sunglasses yelling about real men and discipline. My boyfriend laughed and said it was gym motivation. I didn't want to argue over noodles, so I let it go, whatever that means. This kind of looks like it's not written by a real person, but I want to read this. A week later, same guy, new clip. This time the guy just says, misunderstood, I said. Now I'm not failing a comprehensive quiz in my own living room. He kissed my forehead and I asked if I wanted water and then changed the subject like he was pulling off a magic trick. Then see everything turn into efficiency. Efficient sleep meant lights out at 10. Efficient chores mean I got a checklist. Efficient money means my candles were impulsive and his supplements were investments. You got to have a conversation. You can't just change everything. I asked him who made him the rule writer. Exactly. It's a relationship. He said people who care about results. I said I care about being human. We started fighting about a blanket like it was philosophy. He'd rather wrap himself up like a burrito while I freeze. I asked for my own. He said couples who do that are roommates in training. I said warmth isn't symbolism, it's survival. He called me dramatic, so I bought my own throw blanket. You'd think I'd brought home another woman the way he looked at it. Then came the shampoo war. Is this real or are you effing with me? Is this real? This can't be real life. This is not a real submission. There's no shot. I don't believe that this is real life. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Then came the shampoo war. I stretch one nice salon bottle forever. He gets those 5-in-1 Ocean Breeze things. He kept using mine and saying it smells like sunshine. I told him to stop and he said hair care. He said hair care is self-care. I said you don't even have hair. He slept on the couch to make a point. This is a troll. This is not real life. Yeah, this doesn't feel like real life. The point like a grown man spooning a couch pillow. Next morning he put my shampoo back, then used it again that night. Started working different too, less about projects, more about banter and alpha energy. A woman at his job calling him her work husband. I asked him to shut that down. He said it's just a joke. That's never a joke. Let's be honest with that. That's a whole conversation we could tangent off on right now. If you have a work spouse, you need to check yourself at the door, brother. That's crazy. Because those work spouses are the ones a lot of people be real stuff with. Because you've already crossed that line. You don't need a work spouse. You got one at the house. Okay? Stop with that. You don't need a work spouse. You have a real spouse. Stop all that. Where'd it go? I said jokes are supposed to be funny for both people. Like he was saying, I'm killing the vibe. My best friend Nora asked what's going on. I told her. He started listing things I could improve every morning from my tone and my planning and asking questions while he talks. She handed me a granola bar and said, eat something before you set fire to his supplements. I don't think this is somebody real. This feels like AI. This doesn't feel like real life. I'm sorry. Then one day he gave me his phone and played music. A ping popped up from a chat called Iron Family. That's not a real name, but I'll use the placeholder to explain what the F happened. I thought it was a gym group. Nope, it was a thread of dudes mocking a woman wearing work flats. One guy said flats are for followers. Another said women test you, pass the test. My chest went cold. I put down the phone and washed it clean. Glass. This isn't real. I don't know if I can keep reading this, bro. This is not real. I don't think this is actually real life. All right, I'm just going to finish it. My body doesn't feel safe around someone who treats rules like romance. He offered to reset flowers wine with a caption about love conquering all. We did a puzzle. He still posted the balloon after that. I started giving small orders. Make dinner early, wear a blue dress, don't interrupt when he's on a roll. He said women want certainty. I said I want kindness. We spun in circles, him chasing control and begging for peace. The work-life thing flared again. She posted a selfie, married at work, lucky in life. I don't think this is real. I don't know what to do with this. Another, hold on. Okay, you guys remember when Andrew Tate was all over? I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was like one of the most viral things in the world. It's the bald guy with like the tattoo on his chest right here. He's always shirtless, and he's always like alpha male type of energy, which is so funny because people don't understand when I made alpha made, it's not the same thing. It's not this like superior alpha. I love wolves. If you study wolves, what an alpha is a leader and somebody who is self-sacrificial. It's not like what Andrew Tate is. Andrew Tate's alpha outlook on people is domination, take no nonsense, rich, Bugatti, smell, like just pompous, right? So that's kind of the crazy thing, right? That's yeah, that's just, it's not the same thing. A wolf of a pack actually is the most self-sacrificial one, leads by being in the back and learns how to be a good leader, and leaders work with, not rule over or anything. So it's really just about a mindset and changing into a better version of yourself. Andrew Tate, I feel like the version of himself that he's telling you to do is get rich and step on people's throats and things of that nature. So okay, he held my hand for a second. Oh wait, no. Anytime I give examples, I was collecting grievances. He refused to stop watching clips because you don't censor a man finding truth. He even made a dry erase board that said lead and follow. Guess whose name was under follow? I suggested therapy. He said therapy is for people who are already lost. Instead, he wanted weekly relationship retrospectives. I slept under my throw pillow, or I slept under my throw that night like a person hiding from a storm. 2 days later, do you guys sleep on the couch? 2 days later, he showed up with flowers, wines, and chocolates, an apology starter pack. We were tight on money, so I asked how much. He said, you are worth it. Then he asked me to post a video of our reset. We did a puzzle. He still posted the balloon. What the hell is the balloon? Whatever. He held my hand for a second. I felt it like before, but that afternoon, His voice notes sent me about relationship, polarity, and science-based gender roles. My nap ended right there. The fight between started with a towel in the chair. He said, leave me messages like I want him to fail. I said, it's just a towel. He said, rushing disrespects his time. I said, nitpicking disrespects my person. He called it leadership. I called it control. Eventually, I started to apologize just to keep the peace. Yeah, see, keeping the peace is not really the best. Keeping the peace does not always mean what people think it means. So, yeah, I just don't understand that. Keeping the peace by giving up what you want in a relationship is not a relationship. That just, okay, I don't want any problems. And that, again, what we talked about with people pleasing, it's not going to do anything for you. That night, I asked him to leave the Iron family. He said, no, those are his friends. I asked him to at least exit the worst channels. He said no again. I asked him to tell his coworker to stop the work-wife thing. He said he considered it. He didn't. The blanket became a breaking point. Someone's trolling me. I told him if it doesn't change, I will. He said, I'm dramatic, and he said, being exact. He offered more of a blanket. I stopped him rolling away. I said, roll away because I feel trapped. He told me I was feeling wrong. I wrote that line down too. The day it all cracked, he sent me another clip. Women test men because they crave leadership. Oh my gosh, this is something else. He captioned it, this explains a lot. I hearted it because I was in the coffee line and tired. The actual crack happened at work. At the work dinner, his team, fancy table, same coworker. She raised her glass to her work husband. Everyone laughed, and I said, I'm not okay with that label. She said I was making it weird. He told me to drop it. I said, please stop calling him that. She said, I can't tell her what to say. Then I said, then I can tell you I'm leaving. I grabbed my wrist under the table. He grabbed my wrist under the table and said, don't make a scene. The scene was already made. We argued in the car. He said I embarrassed him, and I said I protected myself. He called it harmless. I called it a boundary. He wanted me to apologize for the team. I said, peace without respect is a fake peace. Man, that was wild. Okay, so dude is out of pocket. Leadership and rulership of men and women is very different. We talked about this before. There's a lot of people who have different views on how relationships work, what the male's role is, what the woman's role is. Look, regardless, you're a partnership and no one rules over. Leadership is not ruler over. You're not the king and the ruler over the person, right? So I think that's where the problem is here, is that we have a lot of people, young men, who think that this is, this is like one of those situations where you are the man is meant to rule over, right? And the problem with that idea is that we've seen this before, right? That was kind of how it was. And men just made all the decisions and did this and did that. That's just not the way I think God intended it. Men have their role and women have their role. And whatever role that is really depends on your relationship and like what is needed. I think some people have a really wrong idea of how that works. And I see a lot of people, what's the word? Struggling to understand, especially young men. They think that they're supposed to be these like dominant men over their women. And that's wrong. It's just wrong. So I don't like that. I don't like that idea, and I don't like that concept. So I'm just at a point where I think young men need to understand that this is not how it works, and partnership is equality. And what is equality in a relationship? Well, it's whatever you guys make, whatever boundaries you set for your relationship with that person. That's what you need to understand is the equality, because it's across the board in your relationship. There's no domination over either one. And I just saw this too. I saw that there was a guy, or what's that huge tall guy? Tony Robbins. And he was having this conversation. This woman was talking about being very masculine and how she's very feminine in certain arenas, but she doesn't have a man that allows her to feel masculine or feminine. She's always masculine. The only time she's feminine is when she's intimate. And he was like, you do that as a coping protection, and you think that you're running through these men because you think you have this masculine energy, but really you're just pushing people away because you don't really want to be feminine because you think that that's vulnerability. He just cracked her, like instantaneously. He just cracked her. And I guess my point being is there's like what we are in now in this day and age is like a really confusing time of what masculinity and what femininity means to the world, because everybody has those different definitions of it. And, you know, there's all these arguments and stuff. I just think it's crazy to think that this guy thinks that that is a good way to go about a relationship. Grabbing her wrist, having a work wife, considering it, sending her rules and regulations. You are now in a dictatorship. You are no longer in a free relationship. You have now been brought into dictatorship. You are going to do what your alpha male dude says. That's not leadership, brother. That's not what, like that. If you ever study good leaders in history, they are not dictators, right? We can go into a whole historical lesson right now. I'll tell you right now, what happens with dictatorship is that it usually is ruled by feeling, and they dominate over. And if that goes into your relationship, but dictatorship in a relationship is I do it this way and you listen, and that is it. There's no equality in that situation. You are being ruled over. Now, this is the thing I want to talk about real quick. I hear a lot of people have this issue with what the Bible says about submissiveness for wives. I really want to talk about this real quick because it's in this realm. Submissiveness to their husband does not mean what you think it means. The word submissiveness does not mean submissive to all things that your husband is. Just be submissive. Never, ever have an issue. Just submit 100%. Submissiveness actually is a choice. So if you choose to, if your husband chooses to submit to Christ, then that means he is learning how to be a good leader, which means he's taking care of you. And your submissiveness is trusting in his leadership and fueling his leadership. And his leadership is to continue to pour into you, not to rule over you. Again, you're not the king over the land and you tell people what to do. That is the biggest issue that I think I see with it. We have a really, really obscure view of like relationships and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd just bring that up because I think it's interesting that we see stuff like this, and there's men, young men specifically, who are being like, let me put it this way. I didn't have a dad. Obviously I had Charles, but me and Charles weren't like really like father and son like that until I was way, way older. And even then at that point, you're not really looking for as much guidance in that way. You're like learning how to be a man. And I lost Charles really young. So I didn't really have that time to be like, hey, how do I be a man like this? Like, what does that mean? What does it mean to be a man? And unfortunately, we have that in the world and society is like, we don't know what it's like, what that mean. What's that definition mean? And how do I be a leader of my family? It doesn't mean you are a dictator. I'll tell you that. That's the wrong definition. And you can look into it. Dictatorship is very clear, and it is rulership over, and you submit. No, you don't have a choice. You don't really get to choose once someone gets into a level of power. That's abuse, and it becomes a cyclical thing where, you know, he's demanding respect. Okay, you don't get to just have that respect. And if you're a dictator over your relationship, you're not respected. So let's just put it out there. All right, guys, let's move on. We're done with this. I definitely rule into favor of the girl. I don't think this does not sound real. I'm just being honest. Either somebody put this into ChatGPT after, or like AI to like print it or something, but something about this was very weird. It didn't sound human, and it didn't sound like it was going back and forth, but it's just a good lesson in general. Okay, now we are back to our text. We were going to do this the other night. Kelsey got sick. We're going to do it today. So I'm going to plug in my headphones real quick, and we're going to read these texts because I did not get a chance to read all these texts. This is right when we sit down, and the best part is we have no schedule to appear, so we can go fast. Welcome to the People's Perspective.
All right,
they're coming up. So this is right when it starts. These are all the texts that happened between Josh and Kouri, and I've been waiting to read these myself because I did not get a chance to read all of them because they go fast. So we're gonna pause, freaking read this in context.
okay. Okay.
Who's saying okay? I didn't think we were gonna be talking about Kouri today, but we gotta read the text. We didn't get a chance to do this. And if don't forget, if you guys have a question We're doing Q&A at the end.
Oh my gosh. Never.
Yeah, when you want to publish them.
Moves to publish, yeah.
Understood.
And then Scott
Yeah, when you want to publish them.
moves
All right, here's the first
Yeah, when
one.
you want to publish them.
moves to publish, yeah. And
Understood.
then
So, again, Kouri's blue. He's in green.
Scott, if we could just walk through them with the jury, please.
I'm going to read every single one of these. Someone wants me to read them like Thor. I can't. I don't think I can do it. Okay, here we go. So this is from Josh. When I don't get much from you, I just figure it's because you're doing things that you know I wouldn't like or that would hurt me. It's draining to love you and pretend to be an idiot. I don't want to avoid things with people I love. Thoughts or problems, I want to communicate until we know each other better and solve stuff together. Not for myself, for each other. Like and love you today. I live too much through this phone though. What the hell are you talking about? Look, I scrubbed through, so there's no other texts. This is where texts first start, is this. What do you mean, bro? She's married. You can't have a full-on relationship with somebody if you're married. This isn't me and Mrs. Jones. You've got to be kidding me with this. I'm tired, babe. I'll tell you some of what was on my mind today tomorrow. Okay. Whatever the frick that means. You can't have a real relationship with a married woman. That's the point. You're just pissing yourself off. What do you want to know that I'm not telling you or quiet about? He's obviously coming for a real relationship. Oh my gosh, brother. I want to know everything about you. It's a part of being in love. Not tonight, though. I don't want any info tonight. We're good. What does that even mean, Josh? You know she's married with kids, so she can't give you commitment. I don't know why you're putting yourself in that position. Something specific spiked this, though. There's something you want to know and I didn't tell you. Could you tell me what it is? I know you're busy, tired, sore fingers, not wanting to text me because a call would be better or in person. But I will be up all night wondering, babe, worrying, feeling horrible. I would greatly appreciate you telling me, but if not, that's okay. Not tonight. I can't really follow this. I'm being honest with you. I have no idea what we're trying to say here. Oh, not being able to see each other. He wants everything from her, though. He's saying, I love you. He just said, I love you, by the way. I like and love you. I want to know everything about you. This is a full-on relationship. Can't text it. This texting shit sucks. Several things. If you lived one day with my phone, you would get it. Not mad at you. Know that. It's the foe. These cuts. The two-time consuming. That's not the right two. I have 2 hours of driving soon. I have to get off this job. This is crazy, bro. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, it's draining to love you. My heart is burning with sadness to have read that. Like it popped out of my chest and someone is stomping on it. I'm sorry it's draining to love. I knew this would come one day. I was just hoping it wasn't today or anytime soon because I love you. I love talking to you, being with you, laughing and joking and venting and just being overly happy with news I got today. The sense of never feeling judged with you is just so comfortable around you. I don't have that in my marriage, and I really just enjoy the relationship and love for you. But you're right. We both know that this love triangle can't go on forever. You don't deserve it. I don't deserve you. Don't play the fucking victim. I hate that shit. I'm sorry. Get the swear jar out because I'm pissed. This has pissed me off. How are you the victim? I'm so sorry. Your heart is burning in this love triangle. You're screwing over your husband. Oh my gosh. I can't expect you to sit around for the day the trigger pulls. What? For the day the trigger gets pulled because you know who knows when that's going to be. That's scary to say that. I tried and failed. I can't expect you to sit at home and wonder what I'm doing or my home life when I might call you or see you next. This is so beyond selfish of me. You're right. I'm S. What does S mean? Okay, here we go. Sorry I didn't see it till then. What a damn selfish person I am. Shut the fuck up. You're so stupid. How could I think someone like you would be okay with this for the rest of forever until I pull my head out of my ass? How selfish to not step away and let you live your life without the constant wonder. Your love is draining. She keeps quoting him. I'm sorry, babe. You're right. It has to be exhausting and how dare me to be okay with that? Your mental and physically stress on you. I'm sorry, babe. Maybe saying goodbye earlier later is better. I'm sorry you have to work so late. I shouldn't have kept you so late this morning. And again, selfish. Wow. I am just so sorry I'm realizing this. I feel like an idiot. Don't text back. No words needed. Finish up work, get some rest. We can talk later. Good night. Man, shut up, Kouri. You freaking oh my gosh. You freaking selfish mother freaking, bro. How selfish of me. Wow, I'm a total jackie. I can't believe that I did this to you. You're still doing it. You're calling him babe. You're not ending anything. You don't feel bad for him or anybody. That's crazy work. She's still appealing to him. You see what she's doing? Do you see? This is what I've learned about language. It's very clear when a manipulator is manipulating. It's very clear. Love triangle. What do you mean by that? I don't get that. I don't get it. You ever watched New Moon Eclipse? Come on. Well, I'm married. And you and me in our relationship. I don't know what else to call it. I'm in love with a man that's not my husband. This shit hurts my heart. I don't even want to read this. I don't even want to read this at all. I could talk to you right now. We could be great. Not a fair shot. Yeah, she's married. That's the clarity, all the clarity you need. She's married. Instead, it's going to be misinterpreted in text once again. Instead, it's going to be the end of the sooner. Wild. I meant what I said yesterday. I will always love you, handsome. If it's okay, can't we talk tomorrow? I want to go to sleep as happy as I was when I woke up with you this morning. I won't misinterpret anything, or hope I don't, until we talk more about it. I'm sorry, babe. You two are pissing me the F off. I'm getting pissed. Did she wake up with him that morning? That's ridiculous. It's draining to love you. You threw the last half of the sentence away. You changed the meaning of the sentence by deleting some of it, and then used your new sentence as an epiphany. For the reason to profess your love triangle of Eric and end it sooner with me. That's what I gather from that. Chopped liver over here. Oh my gosh, this guy's also. They're both doing the same thing. You see it? It's so self. Blech. This is ridiculous. Be clear. Hey, I'm married, can't be with you. Bye-bye. Shouldn't have never been together. We made a mistake. Priority normal. What does that mean? Did you write yourself as priority normal? You goofball. Okay. Oh my gosh, here we go. Stupid stuff. There we go. You threw the last half of the sentence off. I threw the last sentence that hit the... I threw the last half of the sentence off because it's almost as bad as the first. Pretended to be an idiot. I took that as, are we ever going to address the elephant in the room and recognize what's really going on here? The bigger picture. Profess my love for Eric? What? That's not what I'm saying either. You took the whole triangle and changed it around to professing my love for Eric, when that's not at all what I was doing. I'm telling you, I'm in love with a man that's not my husband. That's 3 people. We make a circle with 3 people. You just didn't the exact thing I did. Assumed and misinterpreted the text. You two. You're giving me a freaking meningitis headache. You're making my meningitis flare up. This is what you two need. I'm on your crap IPS. Stupid, stupid texts. It's not that hard to understand. Okay, let me just break this down very quickly. She's married. She's in love with a man that's not her husband, but she's yet also in love with her husband. Triangle. Why is that hard to comprehend here? He's saying you're not telling me you love me more. He wants her to leave the husband to be with him because he wants to be chosen. That's what they're both saying. It's not that hard. Take the time, put it in context, slow it down. Did the exact. I was just fixing it. Okay. If you think you love me now, then ending it sooner will be good for one reason only. Because if you don't, you're going to fall in love with me in ways you never thought you could. Okay, slow down. Slow down. I'm sorry, Josh, but come on, bro. This is corny as hell. Because if you don't, you're going to fall in love with me in ways you never thought you could. That's a guarantee. Speaking of guarantee, last night by no means counts as your guarantee. It was not stated such as prior, so it doesn't count. What are we talking about, bro? You're going to fall in love with me in ways you never thought possible. This guy, huh? I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to make fun of anybody. This is bad. But I did it on purpose. What'd you do last night? Now I just got to know. Just tell me what happened last night at this point. Hope she says it. You will never be chopped liver to me. Absolutely not true. I had an epiphany of the selfish person I really am. That's the epiphany. Only epiphany I had. The day you yelled at me on the phone, you said I was selfish. And I was so offended by that. And now I understand why you said that. And why I felt so mad, because it's true. You're right. If we don't end things, I would fall deeper and more in love with you than I already am, which is going to be even harder. Okay. I'll take it. Doesn't count. Guarantee. For the third, maybe that will be more of a date to remember than just celebrating Christmas and a guarantee. Fuck are you talking about? I can't follow you guys. This is tough. I know your fingers hurt. I know you're working. I can try to get away tomorrow for a phone call. I think we're gonna need it. Man. I don't like this. I don't like this. This pissed me off to read this. Yeah, but here's the thing. He seems like a genuine guy, but he also knows what it is. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's telling her to leave, which, to be all fair, okay, that's not fair. It's all on her. She's the married one. She needs to leave so she can be with him, and she should have waited to leave to be with him. If you're going to be mad at me, you need to come see me and do it in person. If you're going to say goodbye forever because that's what you want, then do it in person. Or better yet, just love me. Love me like you had no choice in the matter. I want to be my best for you. I want us to be ourselves for each other. There's no way it's that good. I'm sorry. There's no shot that she's got you whipped this bad. There's just no way. Why? How? Why are you so whipped over her? I don't understand. I'm not trying to be rude at all. I love our love. I love you. Don't you believe what we could be doing together for each other? I don't understand it. Did you mean by more of a date to remember? Oh man, I do feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. This is embarrassing. I'm not mad about anything. I promise. Saying goodbye, we promised to do in person, and we both know it was coming and happening the day it happens. What the hell, Kouri? It's not what I want to do, but it's also not fair to you in any way possible because I want you, but can't break up my family. It's having your cake and eating it too. I do just want to love you. I do love you. I love our love too. It's my favorite. I'm gonna vomit. Do I think we could be great together? Yes, of course I do. You're one of my best friends, babe. You guys are both assholes. I'm sorry. You are. Both of you are. You're both wrong here. I don't mess with this at all. I do not condone this behavior. I love our love. I just love our love. No, ma'am. I thought you were getting a divorce. Okay. Well, then there you go. If she's saying stuff she's not supposed to say, if she's saying stuff like, I'm going to get a divorce and be with you, then that is different. That's what I'm saying. But what if that's in a year? You're just supposed to sit around and wait for me? Oh, no. I would never ask you to. Stop trying to act freaking righteous. This is not about you. This is not about him. You know that.
Oh, man. You should answer it.
This is not about him. Do not pretend like you have his best interests at heart. Take me back 7 a.m., please. Of course, I'd wait a year. If you're coming over on the 3rd to say goodbye to me, you're not invited. Keep my opinion to myself. I'll take it back to 7 a.m. every morning, or 9 at night, every night. What happened at 7 and 9? That's all I can. I'll take a 7 a.m. and a 9 p.m. every day with multiple phone calls and visits in between. Oh, that's when you guys have your meetings. Okay. So this is when the cheaters cheat. Okay. That's me. I'm starting to follow now. Take me back to 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. I'll see you if I can find a tree to put it in. What? I'll see if I can find a tree and put it in Little Mill Creek tomorrow. If there's one particular one you want me to get, send me the info. Where are you guys putting trees at? What the hell? That's gotta be code. You're putting the tree in what? Yeah, I don't believe you. No sweets. You do you tomorrow. Take the day to just relax. Storage unit stuff, panda walk. Don't worry about it. I really appreciate it though. It's a panda walk. Cheating at 7 a.m. is quite ambitious. Oh boy. Here she comes. Hey. Hey. That is doing me. That's what I'm gonna do. So if you don't want Charlie Brown Tree, you might want to participate. He's a thug. This dude gets the freaking chicks crazy. This guy's got it going on. Hey. I'm just gonna start reading it however it comes to my brain. Ha ha ha, you're the best. The thought of not talking to you and listening to your silly jokes sounds awful in a million ways. I love you. I love our love. I love our love. Our love is my favorite love. Your jokes, your smile. Good night, pee in my pod. Man, fuck you. This is... Okay, I love you. Kind. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't. This is making me really uncomfortable. I'm really getting uncomfortable. Okay, I'm being dead ass serious. This is too much. This is too far. This is too much for me. Okay. Like, man, bro, you need to watch some Andrew Tate. I can't do this. I don't think I can read these. I love you. The spells out Kouri. I love you. Kind, outgoing, unique, romantic, inches away from signing your divorce paper and falling madly in love with her soulmate. Good night, Lima Bean. Hell no. Hell no, bro. Hell no. That's stupid. That's gross behavior. I don't like this. I don't like this. Too late. I've already fallen. Night. This is like watching Twilight. That you know that intensity that you have at like 13. Like for me, like my most intense like emotional state was like 13 years old, okay? You get your first like girlfriend or like your first relationship and everything's just so like intense, right? Like, I've already fallen for you. I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life. That's like that. Way to bring it full circle. Josh needs Tate. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is, I know I've been cringy before. This is, I'm sorry, bro. This is whipped up. Like, this is nasty work. Not lima bean, sweet pea in my pie. You're grown.
I meant to go in chronological order.
Alright, we're gonna skip over.
That was all one day.
Sir.
I really don't want to make fun of him, by the way.
2021.
This should never
12
be.
Delta.
We should have never
No
had
objection.
to do this, but we are
States
where we are.
2-12D is admitted.
They're
Yeah,
calling
Your
each
Honor,
other.
Publish it, please.
They're calling each other peas in my pod. And, just be straight, babe. You know what I want to know. That's why I asked. I can't guess or decipher anymore. My head hurts. What are you having to decipher? What code is she speaking? She must be ruining him on the phone. Because it sounds like he doesn't know what planet he's on. Get some rest. I don't want you to use your head anymore. If it wasn't a big deal, really, I'll call you tomorrow. What? Yeah, there's no context. You can't. I'm context Colby. I need to know what's going on here. I'm not trying to make fun of Josh, by the way. This is just cringe. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Maybe it's a tiny deal. But if you could still tell me so I'm not made to sit here and wonder, that's not fun. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, here we go. Here's the story. Here's the rose petal. When I was little, I grew up scrubbing other people's toilets in Park City. At rich people's houses after school. Christmas breaks all summer, I worked for my aunt's company. I was just always looked down upon because you're literally the person cleaning toilets. I have said to myself and my aunt, one day I'll own properties in Park City just like all these rich snooty people, and I will never be like them. Tomorrow, I close on 3 properties, all on the same day, 2 being in Park City. That's a huge deal to me. Biggest accomplishment today career-wise. It's never been about the money. It's been about being able to say, I, too, have properties in PC, and you're not better than anyone the way you treat people, and I can prove it. Tomorrow is a really big deal for me self-accomplishment wise. I can't read this. This is garbage. To sit and reflect, to be thankful. So I just wanted to sit for a minute and celebrate with someone and have a drink. No one really knows about the PC properties. They won't mean whatever the hell that means. You are talking nonsense, Kouri. Put a comma in this thing, bro. Put a damn comma and get Grammarly downloaded on your phone. Damn.
Yes, sir. Water. Yeah, no problem. Grab a glass and there's cold water in there for you.
This is tough. I don't feel bad for her, and that's great. Who was looking down at you though? You know what I mean?
You just put it back up there.
Come on. Let's get to it now. Ready for the next situation here. That didn't respond to what he said at all. Anything to anyone, and that's okay. I like the secret part of and don't like people knowing my business, but tomorrow for me is big. A big day for me. Why do you have to say it like that? So that's all. I just wanted to see if we could find an hour where we're both free and just toast to new beginnings of life and celebrate. That's all. So you're telling me that a wife literally will leave her house to go be with her mistress and go have a drink and then come home to the husband like nothing happened? This is bullshit. Hope you have a great night. Good night. He didn't respond, I guess. Thank you. That's not silly, babe. Not telling me would be silly. Very, very happy for you. Of course I'm going to celebrate with you. Sleep great. Keep me posted. I love you. This is wild. Brother. That's wild. On her second phone, too? Oh my gosh, don't blow it up. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm not trying to make fun of him. I swear I'm
2-18
not.
Delta, please.
I don't even know what to do with myself.
Please scroll through.
I'm
For
just
Mr. Grossman on council.
Skip to our next text. Okay, random question. Have you ever done anything besides smoke weed drug-wise? This right here means a lot. This means a lot. This is not a random question. Bullshit. This is not a random question. Yeah, pretty random. We've already had this talk multiple times bringing it up. No, we haven't. Ha. I would have remembered. I'm just curious. I'm telling you right now, why are you curious? Why are you curious why he does, if he does other drugs? Because you do other drugs and you're wondering what he's down for. I'm telling you right now, that is not a random question. That's not random at all. Yes, we have more than once too. There you go. The first time was at Chili's, me, you, and Ronnie. So she's asked multiple times, have you done drugs, other drugs besides weed? Which, honestly, in this day and age, I feel like weed is now no longer really in the drug conversation because of how legalized it is really throughout the United States, especially on the West Coast. I mean, we have dispensaries all over us, all around us, right? So, like, I feel like weed has really been pulled from the drug conversation in a sense. I don't know. That's how when I hear someone say drugs, I no longer think weed. That's just how I think. Ha. Well, what did you say? She's pushing on this. Yes, I've done other things, not all of them, not often. She's trying to see what he's into because she's into that stuff. And you. It's not a big deal, I was just wondering, I'm starting a new series of Dope Stick tonight, and that just came out a few months ago. That's what made me wonder. She came up with a lie to tell a reason why she asked that question. She's lying. When was the last time? Nope, not me. Damn lie. All of that's a lie. All of it. Mary, we are reading the text from 2 days ago now. I don't recall. Are you sure prescriptions count? That right there was a big deal. Like years ago, Nope. Well, if prescriptions count, then when I had Weston. This is her trying to feel him out for drugs. There's no shot this is random. I was watching Breaking Bad last night. Do you think I'm running around? Hey, so any of you guys had drugs before? Anybody test the waters? Anybody had some of that blue? Come on now. She's lying. I don't recall I don't recall isn't an answer. Haha, how could you not remember? I have a full cabinet full of all sorts of prescriptions, but not my thing. Damn lie! Why would you say that? What a weird thing to say. Years ago, a cabinet full is not my thing. Cabinet full and not my thing isn't an answer. You both said that. What's for dinner? Dry ass conversation too. How is it not an answer? I answered perfectly. Haha. No prescription since I had Weston. And even then I wouldn't take them, so I stored them. But you said you did take them in the last text. You just said not since Weston, and now you're saying I haven't had them since, but I never had Weston. So I stored them in my cabinet, just pain pills. They are still there. Pills and drugs are not my thing. That's a lie. If prescriptions count, then years ago for drug prescriptions for you. See, she's now, do you see this arch? So she has now slowly chopped her way. She wanted to get to prescriptions. And then she got to prescriptions and she's staying on prescriptions because that was her question from the beginning. So now she's really trying to see if he's down for prescription drugs. Tell me I'm lying. Which is a real problem, by the way. It's a drug habit. Whether you're taking prescriptions or street stuff, it's still prescriptions. People get addicted to that stuff as well. Steak, mashed potatoes, mixed vegetables. That's the dinner question. I don't give a frick about that. Okay. No, VA prescriptions. No, my VA prescription. Feel like I took someone else's at some point, but just can't remember who or what. Too much alcohol first. Not sure. Looking for ideas. Had Mickey D's earlier. That's not how you do Mickey D's. Yours sound good. Grill, boil, bake? Sure. Would like to see you be with you in the kitchen. I might have to stop this. I don't want to be a dick. I feel like a dick right now. Like laughing at this makes me feel like a total prick. He doesn't care about the prescription drugs thing. She's
Thank you, Scott.
she
Can I
kept
get
hitting on that.
2-27.
All right, we're skipping back. It's hard to get to exactly to be. There we go. Good morning. I'll call you when I head down. Carpooling now. Then I have to run home and make quick finger food for Carter's V-Day party, class party, drop off at school. Then I hit the road probably 9:40. How do you do it, bro? How do you just go to someone's house and just be with them and then come home to your husband, even if it's in a strange relationship? What the frick is that? Leaving school at Camas. Headed that way. Headed that way. It just makes me sad. I don't know how people do that. Hour-long ride. Yep. Sends picture of the update. I love you. Yikes. You gotta know when somebody doesn't love you, brother. You just gotta know. It's not hard to tell if someone loves you or not. I love you. Want to be one of my Valentines? One of? Oh, that's just gotta hurt. I love you. Does she mean like her sons or something? That's still a lot. Okay, you're going to the same ones every time. Okay. We already read that. Scroll it down. I can take a no. That's okay. Oh, she was in her feelings when he didn't answer. Oh my gosh, here we go. My heart is smiling. When those 3 works came from you, it's very unique. No, it's not funny. I'm not going to be funny. I'm not going to be a dick. Different than any time I've heard them before. Those feelings, when coming from you, bring up different feelings in me. Your love reminds me of how much God loves me. Reminds me that my mom's son is secretly the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Gives me the immense amounts of appreciation, gratitude, and honor. I wouldn't trade your love for a million. I wouldn't trade your love in for a million of, you name it. Whatever is next, best. Darling, you better believe that I'll be one of your Valentines. Will you be my Valentine tonight? As I was writing this on the way to Salt Lake, I know you feel the need to apologize, but just so you know, I would like to see you on phone calls. Scroll down. This guy is serenading me. I'm having hot flashes. This guy, this way, the way he works his words has got me all tangled up in the game, like a pretzel. Scroll down, brother. I can't see it. Remembering what at the zoo? What the hell's at the zoo? Scroll down. Can't see it. I can't read the rest of it, so I guess you're just gonna waste our time. I've never really seen a man be asked to be a Valentine. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Usually, I love you most. Different than any way I've ever been asked before.
Scott, can I get 2-29D?
See, that's a sad part. This dude wants to be loved like every other human being.
Accurate
But
depiction of
it's
a
not real life.
text
She doesn't love you.
exchange between you and Kouri Richins.
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-29D into evidence.
No objection.
2-29D is admitted.
Yeah, she messed with him. But the problem is he fell right into it. How does Harry know my name to correlate to the conversation between Dave and who I am? I don't understand that sentence at all. How does Harry know my name to correlate the conversation between Dave and who I am? Haha, I mean, I know you have talked about me, but I didn't think it would be anything worth remembering. I don't know who anybody is, so maybe I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this. I can't follow. Harry owns 10 doors. We've spoken about real estate ever since we met. Also questions of who I know, where I live, what brought me to Utah. Though I tried to not allude to it, he could probably tell that I was in love with you. Matt Strong, deal finding 10 months worth of the daily grind. Then there was Sandy. He brought you up all the time. Who the hell's Sandy? He cares about his business and cares about me and almost half of his workforce. The way I speak of you, eyes lit up, lively, proud, honestly deserving of praise when things are good, not speaking and looking like I have a foot in half the grave when they're not. This is dramatic. It's just so dramatic. This got me feeling all kinds of ways. If I was a gal, my head, where are my heels? Over my head. I can't do this. I'm sorry. This is not funny. I don't want to be that guy, man. I just feel like a total prick right now. He would have had, whoa. We're not skipping that. How do I go back? Just I can't. Wait, did you just say you're in love with me? Big difference in loving someone and being in love with someone. Did you need to correct that? Wait, haven't you guys been saying you love each other the whole time? Why are we skipping around? You guys have been saying I love you this whole time. All these other text threads. Gosh, I can't. No correction. No, ma'am. I'm in love with you. I hope that's okay. I can't change it. No change. It doesn't change me or have to change us. It's been this way for a long time. Look at her fishing. This is the fish right here. See, she's monkey branching off of this right here. This is the problem with manipulative people. If you are genuine and give a manipulative person an open invitation, they now have the control, which are already issues with control, and they're manipulative, so they're going to take it. So she takes it and says, like, actually in love with me. If I was divorced right now, you'd ask me to marry. You'd ask you to marry me tomorrow. If I was divorced right now and ask you to marry me tomorrow, you would. Is she going to propose, brother? Oh, no, Josh. You got to leave. You can't have outbursts in court. Yes. In love with YOU. Of course I would. There's other fish in the sea, Josh. I don't think it's redacted. Have a good day, babe. What happened? How do you go from marriage to have a good day? That hurts. If that was how that was, I love you.
Scott,
you don't get
can
a
you
I
please
love you
bring up
back. And then you go to marriage and then have a good day. But it was redacted. Just a tad. There we go. Oh, shoot. This is from earlier. Sorry my phone died. Customer talk 30 more seconds and I would have. I could have kept going. I erased short-term and long-term rentals. Stager, Kouri, MA. And just MA. Ma'am, teacher, coach, and hero to 3. Speed reader, speed demon. Organizer, host planner. Bows, center of every room. Motivator, caretaker. Philanthropist, chef, cleaning crew, teacher, and Boy Scout COO. You better believe I'm gonna address your next text in a bit. You are so sweet. Please don't repeat that to anyone. Haha, you just kept all of those sweet words to yourself and let others believe whatever they would like to think about me, and thank you for giving her my information. I'll watch for an email. You finish work. Please address my last text in a bit. I love you. I've always appreciated your sweet, kind words. I hope you know I think you're one incredible man. Not sure what I would do without you. I don't know. Be married to another guy like you already are. Just get a divorce. I freaking can't stand it, bro. I can't. She knows what she's doing, too. She can say whatever she wants. You are not stuck to that level. You're not. I didn't hear Josh. This is Josh making all those noises, by the way, reading these. I feel bad for him, I know. I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, you got the title, teacher, twice. But the first was everywhere but the schoolhouse to the boys. And the second was literally at the schoolhouse. I don't know what you're talking about. I do feel bad for him. I do. That's what I don't want him to feel bad, but this is why you gotta be careful, brother. Be careful. Aw, and whoa. What would you do without me? I just erased this because I knew I would send it to you in a next text, but I didn't know it would be this one. We are thinking alike. I love you, sweetheart. There's no way. There's no way. I just don't understand how she has you so gripped. Oh, babe, there's nothing more that I want to be with you now. No matter what's going on, I love your company. I know that that's a lot of times, the times we spend together, and somewhat of a cloud hanging overhead. I really look forward to quality time with you that isn't rushed and doesn't have a goodbye lurking around the corner. I've been in a truck running errands, or I would have texted you 10 times by now. I wish we could talk. I feel like maybe you're having a rough day in some ways. Sure would like to hold on to you, to do something to make you happier right now, to make your tomorrow better. I love you even more than I did yesterday. Promise with my heart. I'm a very lucky man. My sweet Melanie. Hello, my sweet Melanie. No, it was both, Mary. It was a whole affair. It was not an emotional affair. Eric was what's the word? Eric was accused of having only an emotional affair. Kouri was having a full-on affair. This was an emotional. They were doing things. This was all out affair.
Sit there for a second.
I do feel bad for him. This should have never happened. Hey, how are you? We're just skipping. Now, I just wanted to say I love you and good night. At 11:53 p.m. Yeah, he was whipped.
Sir, would you like to take a break?
Thank you, gorgeous. Oh, wait.
Mr. Grossman, level with me. Do you need a minute or two?
I don't know what I need, man.
Let's just start with that. Why don't we take a pause for a moment, sir, if you don't mind. Let's take
He's
a
trying to help
5-minute
him
break,
out.
please. Please rise for the jury.
Objection.
2-32D.
Hi, babe. I hope you had a great day. Not sure. It sure was a cold one. Hopefully you dressed warm. Super sad I couldn't see you, but I understand work is busy sometimes. I wanted to celebrate with some semi-good news with you tonight. Maybe another time. I miss you. I hope I can see you next week. Is there anything I can do for you? Please let me know. Yes, I had soup for dinner. Make it home okay? 7:50 p.m. I'm reading the timeline now because I'm just curious when she was texting him. Get it? We're starting over. The man texts you this much. He likes you. If a man is willing to type this much, you got him. Just FYI to all women. This is not something you get if someone does not mess with you. As these kind of responses from a man. Okay, phone died. I had 100% charge a couple times today. I don't use it that much. Yes, it was quite a chilly day. Wait, does he have a second phone for cheating? That wouldn't make any sense because he doesn't have a spouse, does he? Yes, it was quite chilly today. It's a shame that I have to use my fingers and can't wear gloves. Sometimes the garages are colder than driveways. I stopped for Domino's. I've always wanted to celebrate with you. I always want to celebrate with you. You just have to tell me what happened. Before my phone died, my text was a series of questions. What time does the convoy roll out in the morning? Where will y'all stay? What is the most important good accomplishment or news of the day? Ditto bad. So I guess you have to fit a whole conversation of multiple texts you would send throughout the day. You have to fit it all into one giant text and then do it at sketchy times. I guess that's what you have to do. To fit the whole day's worth. But he has no reason to not text her back, so I'm confused with that because it doesn't sound like he's married or has anybody monitoring what he's doing. So I'm just confused with like the timing of that. I can't read the last part. So I'm just gonna skip it. Alright, whatever. Uh-oh, I have a crazy dream. This is so ridiculous. I divorce and come up with millions and millions. Why do you have millions and millions? We buy Midway and live in a guest house and rent out the huge house as a big event center. $15,000 a day. Who the frick's giving you 15 grand a day? They charge down the road maybe 12 just to stay competitive. We will run it like an event center. It's our daily job and hang out every day, raise some kids, have a little farm. Deal? Leaving around 10 a.m. I think. First game is at 6:30 p.m. Staying at my father-in-law's house down there. Haha. Well, Carter and Weston would, but they didn't have any cavities at the dentist. Ashton would be how he kicks someone's butt at practice today. I'm sure. A random thought as above. Huh. Sharing with you, like what am I wearing? When we should go to CA? When we are going to see each other again? Haha. Your curious mind could just ask me. She has no game, bro. And who's paying you 15 grand a day? That would be tough to book all the time and stay competitive. Even 12 grand a day. Are you talking about like an event center, like marriages running over there, like the guest, like a mansion, and you're in the backyard in the guest house on the same property? My random thought or idea is above. I like how she just explained it. You already said that. I have a crazy dream. I would not. This is the most unsecure thing ever. It's just fantasy. Do you see the world? It's just a fantasy world. Here we go. I don't know how much more of these texts I can take. Wow, that's some pretty powerful daydreaming. Not sure if you're asking that you had a dream while you were sleeping or if you had the dream while you were awake. A dream is just a goal without a plan, right? I guess I could just say deal. I'm definitely digging some of all of that. Am I going to get the Midway Mansion as current state? Is that what you wanted to celebrate with me? Does this mean that Ashton has cavities or the others didn't kick butt? I doubt that. I doubt it. Nope. I just want to know what you're wearing. I don't want to know what you're wearing or not wearing. I just want to know that I'm not there to see it or be it, so I don't approve. What? Yeah, I'd like to know what you're thinking about going to California. I'll probably have one rack. I don't understand what's happening. How can you go away with your mistress and go on a trip to California when you're married? I'm baffled by that. How do you do that, Sway? Yeah, this is a total fantasy that only benefits her, by the way. She gets to be with her man. She gets to have a little farm. She gets to live her life. He gets to just sit there and just soak her up. Yeah, I don't understand. Here we go. I've been thinking about this dream for weeks. Not possible, but it's a fun dream. Maybe another property when the timing is better. Sounds kind of amazing though, right? I would love to show you Midway. It's insane, crazy place. And yes, that means Ashton has a cavity. Not sure on CA yet. Her title work is a mess and I'm working through it. We extended closing until the 4th and I don't see that happening. As soon as I figure out some more things, hopefully tomorrow, I'll have a better idea. Uh-oh, Harry's not going to approve of you moving things around. What you gonna do? I was just thinking of going one early morning and spending a night or two and just coming back super quick. I just can't believe it. I can't believe people go this far out of their way to get a second cell phone, to sneak around with someone else. You're a total prick. You are. You're a prick to do that. Just move on. Get a divorce and go be with the other person. It is so simple. I don't care what assets you have. I don't care how it looks on the other side. It's not okay. It's never going to work. You can't have both. You just can't. You might as well be a polygamist at that point and just say, hey, Let's have multiple people. JK, I know you love me, babe. Why do you ask? This is at 8 o'clock at night. I wasn't really asking as much as finding out. I will tell you again what we were going to celebrate today. Damn, she'd be celebrating a lot. She popping champagne. She's got to celebrate. Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day be the right way. One of our mini acquisitions or sales. Did you already answer that question? What's going on here? I don't know what's going on, Josh. Why don't you explain some damn context here? These texts are brutal. You're so cute. And not that big of a deal, really. We can chat next week about it whenever I see you again. I don't like this at all. Oh, so that's the telling me even though I didn't ask kind of day. But I understand your desire to wait for the moment. I just hope that you don't forget that the right moment comes. Also, we are not postponing getting to know each other better. All right, I'm sure the little ones are there or really close. I'll let you do your thing. You're lucky I'm not in your space right now. Couldn't beat me off of you. Good night, sweetheart. What does that even mean, brother? This boy thinks he's James Harden with this game. If I was in your space right now, you couldn't get me off of you. You're so cute and no big deal. Adam just didn't come through the funding midway. Matt did though. He's going to fund it for me. I just need to put down $300,000. But good news, it is really getting funded. That's all. The boys are almost home. I wish you were here. I want you on me. Hell no. Good night, babe. Oh yuck. No, thank you. Oh no, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear him respond to it. Wow, that's great news. Good job, Core. Oh no, Core. I love your name, babe. Okay, can you lean on private money for that? We will talk about whenever you want. While I'm super sad I didn't get to see you today, that I'm not on. I'm not your whatever you want right now. Looking forward to our time. I want you on me right now. I wish you were here in my space. Oh, thank you. I'm okay. I'm just gonna go get Domino's. I'm gonna get the frick out of here. You are better off.
Scott, we get
tonight,
2 dash.
All right, whatever this is. Let's get through stuff quick. Damn. I just can't even believe this. I want to celebrate with you, well, Friday, when it's officially closed, recorded, and we're done. Man, she'd be celebrating every time she's got a house closed. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for always being my support, shoulder, and rock. I need you all the time. Some things I could just never do without your encouragement. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. She's using you. She's just using the living hell out of you. Oh my gosh. There is no game being spit here, by the way. Zero game. I cannot approve of this. This zero game being spit here. On either side.
Scott, 2-38D, please.
It's very boring. This is very boring because a lot of this is just unnecessary. Everything she's doing, I don't care about every little thing, but it's just, I guess, to lay foundation that they were talking as much as they were. I love you. Yeah, I don't care about any of this. Okay, thanks. I needed that. I bet the dentist is going to charge me more money than late fees, more money than I would have made today. Winner, no time for lunch, now time for dinner. I'm about to just skip to our Q&A. I don't know how much more of this I have in me. I'm an hour away. I just decided I'm not going today. Screw it. He can keep his late fee and give me the remainder of the $2,300 the plan. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm no closer to knowing how wide your bathtub is. I love you too. The phone is going to be the death of me, or it's going to be the death of this phone. So I'm turning it off. I'm going to spend my night on my floorboard. Can't take it anymore. Have a great night. What does that even mean? You're going to spend your night on your floorboard?